Fighting has erupted once more between the two former Soviet Union republics in the Caucasus region. The tensions between Azerbaijan and Armenia are at its peak, with deadly attacks that shook the Armenian-controlled Karabakh. The fighting that broke out on Sunday, that is on the 27th of September 2020, surpasses the periodic escalations of recent years, involving heavy artillery, tanks, missiles, and drones. At the heart of the decades-old conflict is the Nagorno-Karabakh region. It is recognized as part of Azerbaijan, but it is controlled by ethnic Armenians. So far, there are more than 100 confirmed deaths among civilians and Armenian combatants killed in action. Azerbaijan does not release data on its military losses, but these can be assumed to be at least as high. The fighting appears to be driven by an attempt by Azerbaijani forces to recapture territories occupied by Armenian forces in the Karabakh War after the Soviet Union collapsed. Although they declared a ceasefire, they have never managed to agree a peace treaty. The Caucasus are a strategically important mountainous region in southeast Europe. For centuries, different powers in the region, both Christian and Muslim, have vied for control there. Modern-day Armenia and Azerbaijan both became part of the Soviet Union when it was formed in the 1920s. Nagorno-Karabakh was an ethnic majority of Armenian, but the Soviets gave control over the area to Azerbaijan authorities. And so Azerbaijan claimed these territories. Nagorno-Karabakh became part of Azerbaijan, but its population is majority Christian, while oil-rich Azerbaijan, majority is Muslim. The Armenians in Nagorno-Karabakh made several calls to be transferred to Armenian authority control in the following decades. But it was only as the Soviet Union began to collapse in the late 1980s that Nagorno-Karabakh's regional parliament officially voted to become part of Armenia. Azerbaijan sought to suppress the separatist movement, while Armenia backed it. This led to ethnic clashes. And after Armenia and Azerbaijan declared independence from Moscow, Armenian forces gained control of Nagorno-Karabakh before Russian ceasefire was declared in 1994. Since then, Nagorno-Karabakh has remained part of Azerbaijan, but is controlled by separatist ethnic Armenians, backed by the Armenian government. The countries fought a bloody war over the region in the late 1980s and early 1990s. Negotiations over decades, mediated by international powers, have never resulted in a peace treaty. What's behind the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict? The conflict between Armenia and Azerbaijan is over the disputed region of Nagorno-Karabakh and 7 surrounding districts, which are de facto controlled by the self-declared Republic of Artsakh, but are internationally recognized as de jure part of Azerbaijan. At present, Azerbaijan want to reconquer Nagorno-Karabakh. Azerbaijani President Ilham Aliyev said in televised remarks that Azerbaijan only have one condition. That is, Armenian armed forces must unconditionally, fully, and immediately leave the said lands. He said, if the Armenian government fulfills the demand, fighting and bloodshed will end, and peace will be established in the region. Turkey was the first state to recognize Azerbaijan's independence in 1991. And has been a staunch supporter of Azerbaijan in its efforts to consolidate its independence, preserve its territorial integrity, and realize its economic potential, arising from the rich natural resources of the Caspian Sea. Turkey, now providing moral and diplomatic support to its fellow key geostrategic partner, Azerbaijan. Both states have contacts of defense officials and carry a joint military exercises together. Since the fighting started, Turkey has declared its unconditional support to Azerbaijan and appears to be lending various kinds of military capability. There is little doubt that highly regarded Turkish military drone technology is being deployed. Yerevan has also accused Ankara of shooting down an Armenian Su-25 aircraft on the 29th of September, which Ankara denies, although it is unconfirmed. But growing claims that Turkey has mobilized mercenaries from Syria to fight for Azerbaijan. Russia plays diverse, often contradictory roles in the conflict. Through bilateral ties and the Collective Security Treaty Organization, Moscow provides Armenia with security guarantees. But these do not extend to the combat zone in Nagorno-Karabakh, which is internationally recognized as part of Azerbaijan. Moscow also supplies weapons to both sides, and is one of the co-chairs of the Minsk group mediating the conflict. Russia is part of a military alliance with Armenia and has a military base in the country. However, it also has close ties to the government of Azerbaijan. Russia has called for a ceasefire, but unlike previous large-scale escalations, it has yet to convene a meeting of Armenian and Azerbaijani political or military leaderships. For as long as combat is contained to contested territory in and around Nagorno-Karabakh, the optics of preserving Russian neutrality make Moscow's overt involvement unlikely. However, a longer conflict, with increasing Turkish participation, would threaten Russia's dominance in an area it considers part of its sphere of privileged interests and invite a response. The manner in which the Armenia-Azerbaijan conflict is playing out makes it incumbent for India to pick sides. Armenia is an enemy for both Pakistan and Turkey, while Islamabad and Ankara themselves are India's biggest foes. So, for India, the enemy of an enemy is a friend. Also, Armenia remains India's friend that took India's side even after the abrogation of Article 370 and scrapping of Jammu and Kashmir's special status last year. Moreover, Moscow, an Armenian ally, is also one of India's biggest defense partners. As such, New Delhi's tilt amidst the ongoing conflict should be favorable towards Armenia for both strategic and diplomatic reasons. Pakistan support Azerbaijan in the ongoing war between Armenia and Azerbaijan over the disputed Nagorno-Karabakh. Recently, Pakistan has allegedly deployed its army to the war-torn region of Nagorno-Karabakh to fight Armenia alongside Azerbaijani troops. The third nation that is supporting Azerbaijan, besides Turkey and Pakistan, is Israel, which has shared a long-standing relationship with the country, but has extremely tense ties with Ankara and Islamabad. In their statement, Russian President Vladimir Putin, French President Emmanuel Macron, and US President Donald Trump called for an immediate cessation of hostilities. The three were speaking as co-chairs of the OSCE, Organization for Security and Cooperation in Europe, Minsk Group, which was founded in the early 1990s, to try to find a peaceful solution to the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. But Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan rubbished the efforts, saying a ceasefire was only possible if Armenia ended its occupation of Azerbaijani territory. None of the UN countries recognizes Nagorno-Karabakh Republic. In 2008, General Assembly of United Nations reaffirmed that Nagorno-Karabakh is a part of the Azerbaijan and demand withdrawal of Armenian forces. Previous escalations between Armenian and Azerbaijani forces have been contained after a few days, but the intensity of the current fighting indicates that this may not be possible this time. Populated areas within the contested territory of Nagorno-Karabakh have been hit by missile strikes and bombardments for the first time since the 1990s. Civilian targets in Armenia and in Azerbaijan have also been hit. With entangling relations in the modern world, this regional conflict is capable of turning the best of the allies against each other. Else, who would have imagined that Pakistan, Turkey, and Israel could be on the same side against India, Russia, and Iran?